Today on Kicks Chronicles, we chat sneakers with Blacklisted from Sneaker Collective The.Panel. We talk about the kicks he loved growing up, his thoughts on the culture and holding brands accountable, and what kicks he would take with him if he was stuck on a desert island. Yes, my people, this is Kicks Chronicles. Yo, yes, my people. Welcome. This is episode 47 of your sneaker and lifestyle podcast, Kicks Chronicles. I'm your boy, PROZECH. Welcome. Very happy to have you. It's great to see you once again. I hope you had an amazing week. You've been looking after yourselves. Thank you to everyone that managed to watch our most recent episodes with the man, the myth, the legend. Sneaker Adjusty was most definitely in the building and he did his thing. Obviously, those are available on YouTube, but for anybody that likes it in the ears, you know, that audio pleasure, it's also available on every digital podcasting platform. Just go on there and run wild, my people. Just do your thing. The whole back catalogue is there. This week, as I said, we're talking sneakers and life with the one and only Blacklisted from the Sneaker Collective, The.Panel. But before we get into talking about Black and what these men do at The.Panel, I wanted to talk to you about something really quickly. Now, this week, I got an email. Yes, I got an email, and it was regards the podcast. So shout out, first and foremost, yeah, if you want to email in regarding the podcast, maybe feature on the podcast, I'll read your email, I'll answer your question. kickschronicles@gmail.com. Now let's get to the email. So the email was from a guy called Anuj, right? Anuj, and he's from a company called FeedSpot. Now that is an online podcast directory. You get me? That's the thing. Online podcast directory. I found out about it and it's really cool. He essentially hollered and said that Kicks Chronicles, your very own, right, had been voted top 15 sneaker related podcast on the internet, bro. World Wide Web. Top 15, man. Absolute seams. You get me? Massive honor, obviously. And I can't lie, well deserved. Yeah, we've been doing this thing for a minute, right? And it's about time man started getting his accolades. You get me? Put some respect on Kicks Chronicles' name. Give me my accolades. You get me? So not only did we get top 15, we actually bust case. We broke the top 10. We're actually number 7 on the list. You get me? And feel free, guys. I'm going to put the list. I'm not going to put the list. I'm going to put the link in the description so you guys can go on there and see all the amazing podcasts that are there. But yeah, man, very cool and not possible in any way, shape or form without you, man. You get me? Without the love and support of you, man, that are listening, watching, whatever you're doing, however you're interacting and are engaging. Yeah, massive thank you to you, man. You get me? So yeah, big up yourselves. All right, so let's jump off that and let's get into this. So this week we are talking to Blacklisted from The.Panel. Now, Blacklisted is one of 5 members of the Sneaker Collective, The.Panel. You get me? I'm not going to go through all their names. He will go through all of their names during the interview, but very cool guys. And essentially what The.Panel is a group of like-minded individuals that started, I think, around 2016. They came together like Avengers assemble and decided to start discussions, bring people together and start having sneaker related discussions. And as time has gone on, they've veered it off into various different places, but they've been able to really cement a really cool spot in the culture by holding brands accountable and starting really cool discussions. And we will definitely get into all of that. But before we talk about all of that and get deeper into the interview, it's important for you to know that we took it all the way back to the beginning. We talked to Black about the kicks he loved growing up. Also spoke about the Littlewoods Catalogue. Anybody that's anybody. You get me? If you're a real one, you know about the Littlewoods Catalogue. You get me? I'm a real one, so I know about the Littlewoods Catalogue. You get me? So yeah, he talks about the Littlewoods Catalogue, what he used to do flicking through. I had a couple stories about the Littlewoods as well. It's a vibe. He also talked about the shoes that were really popular in his end growing up. And then he also spoke about his thoughts on the culture and holding brands accountable. You've heard me mention that a few times. He talks about these discussions and bringing sneakerheads together and bringing people that have a love and a passion for kicks together to discuss things that are happening industry, and then taking those thoughts and those discussions to the brands themselves, like Nikes and Adidas's, and having those discussions in various different places and affecting change, which is really, really, and really, really cool, and also pretty powerful. So I do speak to him about understanding that power. Black had it. He had all the answers, and he actually gave me a really, really cool perspective on gatekeeping that I'd never really considered before, which please make sure you stick around to have a listen or a watch of that, because that was really, really cool. Lastly, we'll talk about what being a sneakerhead means to him. And obviously, you guys already know, quick fire questions. And I had to ask him, Desert Island kicks. I had to ask him about the kicks that he would take onto a desert island if he could only take 2. And his answers were different. One of his answers actually took me back all the way to college, and I'll leave it there. You get me? All I'm saying is the shoe he chose was a shoe that I chose when I was in college, and that set me up nicely. You get me? That set me up nicely, put me back on the straight and narrow. Let me say that. You get me? But yeah, really, really cool interview. An amazing guy. One I hope to have back on the podcast in the future. In fact, I hope to have all the members of the panel at different points on the podcast at some point as well. That would be awesome. Speaking to all of these men about their perspective, their journeys in kicks and their lives in kicks. That would be pretty awesome. So yeah, really, really cool interview. I hope you guys really enjoy it. And with all of that being said, I'm your boy PROZECH. You already know this is Kicks Chronicles. And today our guest is the illustrious Blacklisted from the panel. Enjoy. Yes, my people. Big PROZECH back again. You already know what it is, man. Sneakers, kicks, creps. We are here with another episode of Kicks Chronicles with an illustrious guest. Now, you already called him illustrious and he blurted out laughing, bro. So yeah, we already know where this is gonna go. Today, my guest is Blacklisted. He is 1/5, I believe, of the panel. Now, the panel is a collective within the sneaker community, and they are the group in many, many ways that start a lot of the discussions that sort of permeate the sneaker culture, especially in the UK. So it's an absolute honor to have you with me, bro. So yeah, big up yourself, Blacklisted. Thank you very much for being here, my guy.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity, and yeah, I guess just chew the fat and talk sneakers.
Yeah, let's chop it up, bro. Let's chop it up, man. All good, man. I really, really appreciate the opportunity. Not having been in the sneaker community in terms of producing content and creating content for that long, but having been part of the community in terms of just being a reseller, a collector somewhat, like just somebody that appreciates and loves kicks. Bro, like I understand about the panel. I understand the place that you hold in the game, sort of thing. So it's actually really cool to have you guys here. Talk to me about the genesis for you.
Oh.
Like, we're gonna get into the panel. But talk to me about your genesis, because ultimately this is about kicks. Is about your sneaker journey. It's about how you got to the place where sneakers were so important to you that you actually wanted to make it part of your regular day-to-day life, sort of thing. But that usually starts with one. It usually starts with a shoe. It usually starts with a specific kick. So talk to me about that first love, that one that drew you in. What was your first love, bro?
Do you know what? We've got to take it way back to the 80s. Which
Come on.
Era. So
that's the golden era right there.
It is. It's where the magic happened for a lot of the brands. And in all of that, the one shoe is the Air Max 1. That is the shoe. And how the love was ignited, if I can use that word. Forgive me, you was you around in the 80s? Let me ask that question, because I may.
As long as I alive. Oh my days.
Oh wow!
Man, like blacklisted, bro. Hey, this guy says, was I around? Are you serious? Do you think I'm that young? How long do I know?
no, I'm asking because I'm going to make certain references, and you may be scratching your head like this guy's talking some next thing.
Well, I might still do that even if I wasn't. No, but I mean, yeah, I was born in the 80s, but
Okay.
yeah. I mean, how aware I was of sneakers in the 80s, I don't know. To be fair.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, okay. So, have you heard of the Littlewoods Catalogue?
Oh, bro. I love the Littlewoods Catalogue, bro. Freeman's
Right.
Littlewoods, bro. I'm there, bro. Talk to me.
So, my mom, she used to get Peter Craig, which was one of the franchises from the Littlewoods Catalogue. So, as you're familiar, that catalogue comes out, if I remember correctly, twice a year: spring, summer, autumn, winter.
I feel that. Yeah.
So, in the catalogues, it's for those, and I'll explain for those that may not know. Most people should, but for those that don't know, Peter Craig Littlewoods Catalogue was basically a catalogue where you can pretty much buy anything from household goods to clothing, shoes, and so on and so forth. In that catalogue, there was a sportswear section.
Bro, you're talking my
You know
talk,
what?
bro.
The best way
Yeah?
to describe it.
You're talking my talk, bro.
Think of John Lewis
Yeah.
in a catalogue.
Yeah, man.
And
It's
that's
a department. Essentially, it was a department store, but obviously there wasn't a physical store. It
right.
was all sold via catalog.
But in that catalogue, there's a sportswear section.
Uh-huh.
And of its day, you had stuff like Torsions, BWs,
Yeah.
Max 1s.
Yeah.
And then obviously in the early 90s, you had Max 90s, different variants of Air Max. Anyway, so always, every time when my mom's not around, we'll flip through the catalogue, create dreams in our minds in terms of what we'd like to own. And the Air Max 1 in the University Red. Beautiful shoe. That silhouette. Woo! Every time.
That's the one, bro. That's the one.
Time. But when you saw the price tag on that shoe, problems.
Pete, just tell me how much. Do you remember in your mind how much it was in those days?
I have it in my head as £99.
Crazy.
Either 99 pence or 95 pence. It basically was short of 100 quid. And you've got to think, £100 back in the 80s.
Oh, come on, bro. That's like 300 now.
Yes.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Basically.
It's a lot of money.
But they had this scheme where you could buy the shoes, but you can pay it back over 52 weeks.
Oh, like bit by bit over the year. Yeah. Oh, wowza.
But the interest is absolutely...
Yeah, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. Crazy.
But obviously, being of that era in terms of the type of household I lived in, like that wasn't a part. Like trainers then wasn't a priority. Like spending £100 on a pair of Nike Air Max back in the late 80s. My mom was looking at me and she was saying, "Do you know how many boxes of picking that will buy? Do you know that can feed the whole house for like 6 months?"
For real, bro. £100 on a pair of kicks is dream right there, bro. No, I feel you, bro. I feel you. Like the way that you described it. Thank you so much for that sort of like quite vivid description, because it took me back. It fully took me back. Like Littlewoods Catalogue. I'll be there going through that sports section, and it was mainly Reebok Classics that I was looking at that time. This is like the 90s, like mid to late 90s. I'm looking at Reebok Classics and I'm marking them.
Yes.
I'm marking the ones like, and I don't know why I'm marking them. I'm just marking them. So like, I'm saying to myself what I like, because no one's trying to buy them for me. Nobody's checking for my asterisks on any particular product in this whole book. You get me? Like, but it's just so like, oh snap, those are fire. I'm gonna mark that to let myself know that these are fire. So it really, really resonated with me what you're talking about. The other thing that you said that was very, very close to home was the fact that kicks were not a priority.
Yeah.
I come from an African background, and my mum's focus was food and education.
Finish.
And that's it. And if you ask her today, it might still be. Like, God bless her, man. But you just like, you realize at a young age, obviously, that money isn't as disposable as
No.
it is for maybe some of your friends or whatever, and you might not be able to touch the same kind of garments, the same kind of kicks that they're using. You get me? Like, and obviously at certain points, I got blessed, but there was a time in my life where I had to dabble in the dark arts, and I don't know if you ever.
I can imagine. I can
Yeah,
imagine. Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a quick question in
Go on.
regards to that. But before I get to that, right, I want to know, what area did you sort of grow up in?
North London.
North
Listen.
London, North in the building still. I'm from Southeast London. Talk to me about, in your heyday, in your mind's eye, what was popular on feet growing up?
Woo! So there was what I call the Nike Air TW. I remember a friend,
Tailwinds, yeah?
yeah, Nike Air TWs. I remember a few people at school, primary school, having a pair in the late 80s.
Yeah,
And in
buddy.
my head, I'm clocking numbers in terms of price.
Mm.
And with that as well, I'm trying to remember, what were they wearing? Um, no, not shell. Yeah, shell suits.
Oh, shell suits were massive. What, 90s?
Late 80s, early
Yeah,
90s.
fam,
Yeah.
shell suits were massive, bro. Shell suits are massive.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh gosh, that's for. To be fair, it's late in the day, but that
Mm.
that shoe and shell suits were what stood out. Trying to think. Oh, it's all coming back. Italians. So your Sergio Tacchini's,
Woo!
your what I will call sportswear for the playboys, like in the 80s, like your Italian labels that we talk about Nikes being 100 quid. You know that the garms, those garms were dollars, absolute money. And almost like the tennis wear kind of
Yeah,
garms
yeah.
that
So
were
you're
huge.
talking like your feelers,
Yes.
maybe a kappa slipped in there as well. Like,
Yeah.
because in my mind, I'm thinking like Bjorn Borg, John McEnroe, like
Yeah.
Boris Becker. The way that
Yeah.
they're saying, like they're fitted, that they
Yeah.
used to take to Wimbledon. Like,
Yeah.
even like we're in the summer now with the height of Wimbledon. Wimbledon's around the corner. Like, it all floods back. It makes a lot of sense, man. It was a very streamlined, very like nice tailored fit. Like, it was nice.
Yeah.
It was a clean time, man. Clean.
Yeah. It was. It was. But for those people that are wearing them sort of garms, then I'm like, yeah, you're either your money's good, or like in terms of the home they came from, the parents, the lifestyle and everything, or someone somewhere is doing something nefarious, like something dodgy, and you're just being hooked up. Nice. But then it's a bit strange, because I look back at that period now and elements of it, and there was almost a code to it, in that certain garms, certain shoes, if someone was wearing them, you couldn't be found wearing the same thing.
You say it, bro. There was very, very strong rules when it came to this. And the funny thing is, yeah, with the technology that we have nowadays, where literally people's lives are on like Snapchat and Instagram stories, where you can basically see what your bedroom is wearing, like as he's leaving the house. Back in them days, we had no way of knowing what your friend was going to wear when he left the house. But yet we place so much importance and so much emphasis on not wearing the same things.
Yeah.
Like, it was more important then than it's even now.
Yeah, of course.
It was nuts, man.
Of course.
They could have completely been forgiven then, because you didn't know what he was wearing. How was I meant to know what he was going to wear?
Of course, definitely. And
it didn't change the outcome.
All of that and stay fresh.
Had to.
So if you're wearing whatever it was you're wearing, not only could you not be seen wearing what next man is wearing, but what you're wearing had to be next level.
Had to be levels. No, I appreciate that. Now, talking about levels, let's arc back to what we were about to get into. Okay. And I was referring to the dark arts. Okay. Now, there's a line of question and I refer to as the unholy grails.
Okay.
These are trainers that some might call unbranded, off-brand. There's it's almost the shoes that you wear because you have to, not because you want to. Right, character building shoes.
Right.
You get me? Character building shoes. I've got a list of shoes here. I'm gonna rattle off a few names. See if any of them jog any memories. We can have a chat.
Go on.
Yeah. So I've got the Humble Plimsoll. I've got Gola, Air, Ball Boy, High Tech, Dunlop, Everlast, Lonsdale, Mercury, Avia, Ascot, Trax, and Adore. Any of them ring any bells? You have to build your character with any of these shoes.
Gola did, definitely. High Tech did.
Yeah.
Dunlop as well.
Shout out to Dunlop. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? We may laugh at Dunlops and that, but these companies, they're big corps.
No, they're legit. They're legit. Yeah. And I think sometimes, obviously, I do this with tongue in cheek because I don't want to disrespect anybody, because somebody might be wearing them kicks now. Like, it may not be my flavor, but it may be somebody's. Like, obviously, Dunlop, High Tech, like, these are legit, like, tennis brands.
Yeah,
they're legit tennis brands. Like, so like you had people sponsored by them and were using them and stuff like that. I think High Tech used to do like a lot of like squash stuff and all that sort of badminton and all that stuff. So like they're legit, but like we still understand in the ends what type it was. So no one's trying to rewrite history. No one's trying to be disrespectful. We're just trying to be real.
Mate, listen, know this, at not so much primary school, because not really, year 7 secondary school. Woo!
Come on.
You got burned. Like, when you saw people rocking up in your Jordan 3s, Jordan 4s, your Air Maxes, your Adidas Torsions, and you're coming in Dunlops or High Tech.
Come on.
You're getting burned.
Roasted, bruv.
School in the first 2 years, secondary school, the first 2 years secondary school, know that they weren't happy times. I mean, I can laugh about it now, but they were not happy times.
Bro, look how far you've come, man. But like, I think it's personally, like, kind of what I was saying earlier. It's with all due respect, and also we can look back and we can say, you know what, maybe it taught us some things. It maybe gave us humility, taught us how to sort of respect the position that we were in, so that we can really appreciate the positions that we are in. You know, like, it gives you a lot of context. You know, maybe in life you don't need to have everything you want.
100%.
You get me? Like, and obviously when you don't have something, it gives you that burning desire to aspire, to want to be more, to want to grow and get to the point where you can afford those things. So I wouldn't say in any way that it was a negative, but it was a dark time. Man, I love it. And the thing is, it's also a shared experience, because I know for myself, having come from a similar background, like, it's definitely something I had to go through, and I learned about myself because people were telling me about myself.
Yeah,
every day.
Yeah,
and no matter how like fast you were with it, there was more coming, bro.
But you say that, and it's actually quite true, in that, in as much as there were dark days, you had to find other ways to make up those deficiencies.
Real talk.
So for me, it was running. Like, you may catch me in dusty High Techs or Dunlops, but know that if we do cross country, you ain't coming first.
Oh, bro, I like that.
You ain't coming first.
I like that.
Like,
I'm gonna let my feet do the talking, bro. That's when I love it. I love that. I love that.
You ain't coming for like bleep test. I'm last man standing.
Love that.
Last man. So trust me. I'll just tell you. Yeah, and where were you at bleep test? Okay, case closed.
Bro, I love that. We need to take them victories, bro. Wherever we can get them, bro. Wherever you can get them. You have to take them victories, bro. You have to take them victories. 100%. All right, bro. I appreciate that, man. Let's move our way into the modern day, man. Line of questioning I like to refer to as the EST of KIC. And when I say EST, I'm talking about the newest, the oldest, the latest, the rarest, the greatest, the best.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
the things that are in your current collection, right? So in your current collection, what are the oldest pair of shoes you have?
Whew. I would say currently
Mm-hmm.
the Adidas Superstar 35th anniversary.
Oof.
So that's the oldest. Yeah, that's the oldest I have, going back 2005.
2005.
Yeah, which some people may like. It's not that old.
2005, hold tight. 2005, quick maths in 2023. That's 2 or 3 years of 20 years ago, G.
It is, but it feels so fresh in my mind.
That's
But,
amazing.
so
Yeah,
it doesn't
that's
feel
amazing.
it doesn't feel old. Not like where I know brothers that have got shoes going back to early 90s, legit.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, 35th year anniversary as well. Oof,
Yeah,
that's
so
solid.
that's
That's solid.
the shoes. What, 50 now? If I'm not.
Yeah, it's got to be, right?
Yeah,
It's got a few years
Superstar's
off of
50
50,
years
few
old.
years off of 50, man. That's amazing, bro. But yeah, that's super, super cold. So yeah, let's flip that all the way over, man. And what's the newest shoe that you've got in your
The
collection?
newest shoe. It's the one on top of your lost and found.
My guy,
This
Big
one.
Bubble, yeah?
Yeah, that's the newest.
Respectfully.
No,
Super
tell a
hard.
lie. Tell a
Go
lie.
on.
Tell a lie.
Okay, what we saying?
That's the newest that I've copped.
Uh-huh.
The newest that was seeded to me by Foot Patrol was the you may have seen it in my on my feed, on my Instagram feed. It was the Campus that they released in the
Yeah.
page. So that's the newest, but one that I've copped, definitely the
The
Big
big
Bubble.
bubbles.
Love the
Yeah.
shoe.
Definitely a shoe that when it was rumored to be coming out, especially because I was born in '84. The shoe came out originally, I think, in '85, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken.
Hey, well, they did the first, that rendition was 86,
Uh-huh.
but then they had an issue with the air unit, which
Yes,
led
which
to
held it back.
what we know as the Nike Air Max 1 in 87.
Love that. Love that. So, like, for me, as like a person that sort of, I promote comfort above anything else, man. I'm the comfort king. And I believe, like, of the shoes that Nike have done, like, this is one of the most comfortable, and this is also one of the most iconic. So I needed to have it. I needed to have it like in that colorway as well. Like the red is just like popping. Everything about the shoe was vibes. When I first got the shoe, I wasn't 100% sold on the laces. I thought the laces were a little thin, because they changed the laces, but they've grown on me. I think the shoe is absolutely perfect the way it is now, man. So yeah, how do you feel about getting that big bubble so many years down the line?
It goes right back to that story that I told you at the start of this pod in regards to the whole Littlewoods Catalogue
Yeah,
and
bro.
looking
Full
at that
circle
Air
too.
Max 1,
Yeah.
that university red, and just the way the whole thing just pops. It's a beautiful shoe.
Beautiful shoe. Beautiful shoe. Nah, I'm vibing with that. I'm vibing with that. Talking about red, yeah, can I get your opinion on something quickly?
Go on.
All right. So back, when was this? It would have been like 2017, 2018. I was given a gift. I was given a Nike ID as a gift, and I created some kicks,
Okay.
right? And every so often, I like to ask people their opinion on this particular shoe,
Okay.
just to get their opinion. So
Okay.
here it is.
Red Prestos. Okay.
Yep.
That's
Cool.
Red October vibes.
It is Red October vibes. That's kind of where I was going with it. Are you feeling? What do you give it out of 10, bro?
Out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh. 7.
7. 7 is solid, perfect number. Okay, and then a copper drop.
If I was desperate, I needed shoes because
If you were
shoes on my feet
desperate,
will bust up, then yeah, it's a cop. Otherwise, listen, it's hard. Do you know why?
bro. Nah, bro.
No, hear me out.
Bro.
Hear me out.
Nah.
Before you start running your mouth and everything, Let me explain myself.
But I said, if I was desperate and the shoes on my foot was bust up, and then you're gonna go draw for my
No,
team.
do you know why? No. You have to understand. I love Prestos. Generally,
Okay,
I
okay,
love
okay,
Prestos.
okay.
For me, it's too much red. That's
It's
my
a lot
thing.
of red.
Yeah, it's a lot of red.
I can admit it's a lot of red.
So I love Prestos. They're comfortable. One of the most comfortable shoes at the
Solid
time
shoe.
when they came out. Beautiful, but yeah, I can't. It's too much red.
It's a lot of red.
That's why it's a case of desperation. Then yeah, I'll cop. If it's any other color or the different color mix, boom, I'm on it.
There is a little bit of black on the outside.
No one can see. Oh my god, no one can see that. No,
And there's some speckles. There's some speckles there as well. Like,
and you put love on it.
do you know what? Yeah. I'll give you a little bit more of the background on this. Yeah, I used to work in PPI. Do you remember PPI? There was a big thing about
Yes.
Right, I wasn't selling it. I was giving people their money back. Right.
Okay.
So I was working for a major bank in the UK, giving people back their PPI that the bank had stolen initially. And essentially, I was brought in for this project, and I was there for a few years. And when I was leaving, they gave me the Nike ID as a gift. So, as like a memorial to where I was when I made the kicks, you can write on what's it?
Yeah.
I called one of them Love, and I called the other one PPI. And because I've been there 4 years, I put PPI 4. So the shoes officially are the Love PPI 4s.
Okay.
You get me? So it is what it is, man.
Lovely story. Love it.
Beautiful stories.
I'm surprised it's not in a glass cabinet.
A little bit of a glass case with a little with a credit agreement just on the side of outside. Like, no, don't do that. All right, bro. What are your rarest kicks?
My Flyknits. By Flyknit Racer USA. So they were the first Flyknits that came out in February 2012, and only 100 pairs were made as an introduction to the technology out there to the masses. I would say they're my.
What's the colorway of that?
It's blue with a white swoosh.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Just looking at it now, that is vibes. Especially like, because obviously you're running background.
Yeah.
Like this is a vibe. Yeah. The Flyknit was so cool as a shoe, man.
Yeah.
Like, it was definitely a very, very cool shoe. Like, I have a friend, shout out to producer Pete, man. He loves the Flyknit, man. I think it's one of those shoes, though, unfortunately, it doesn't really work on wide feet. You need like a narrow foot.
Yeah.
Like, but as an aesthetic, though, it really, really was cool, man. The Flyknit technology was crazy. Like, it was just so streamlined and cool. Like, very, very nice shoe.
Thank you.
Very nice shoe. No worries at all. If your house is burning down and you can only grab one pair of kicks, what are you grabbing?
That's like asking who's your favorite child. Or
I know. I fully know. and I'm not sad about it. I don't hold back, bro. What shoe are you grabbing? What child are you taking?
I'm taking them all. I'm taking as many as I can.
Nah, you can't die trying, bro. You need to make a decision,
I can die trying.
It's no 50 Cent.
Listen, if 50 Cent can catch 6 bullets and whatnot, I can die trying.
This guy's he's trying to come out the game. No. Okay, let me make it easier for you, right? Maybe your house isn't on fire, but somebody said to you, like, hand on heart, like, you have to pick one shoe to take with you on a journey, let's say. Just one shoe. What shoe are you taking?
All right, let's make it easy. All right. It'll be the Flyknits. Just because,
understandable.
Funny enough, that shoe has been on a journey. It's been bare places. I've beaten that shoe. It's still in good condition, but I've beaten that shoe. Like, I have beaten that shoe. It's gone bare places. It's done stuff in Europe. In fact, my first trip away with now my wife was in those shoes. Went to Paris, so yeah, I'd say that shoe definitely.
Love that. Love that. Might be a weird question. Might not be, depending on your perspective. Hi there. So nice to see you. Sorry to interrupt the pod. I'll be literally 30 seconds. I just wanted to say thank you for being here. And also, if you enjoy the pod, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It really does help. Also, if you're listening on an audio platform, feel free to give us a review, whether it be positive or negative. Just leave a review. We really, really appreciate it. Also, feel free to listen to our old episodes. And if you ever want to get in contact, if you want to let me know what you're thinking, feeling, or whatever, holler at me. My name is PROZECH. PROZECH on all social media. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm enjoying TikTok at the moment. So feel free to holler at me. I will always holler back. And with all that being said, I'll let you get back to the pod. Toodles. The greatest shoe in your collection, in your opinion?
The greatest shoe.
I know it's deep. It's deep.
The greatest shoe in my collection. I'd say the Lost and Found.
Okay, why are you saying lost and found?
It's depending on who you're asking. It's pretty much the shoe that kind of really kicked off sneaker culture.
Mm-hmm.
So you could do no worse than owning a pair of that shoe, having that in your closet as a piece of like a historic bookmark to say that, yeah, I own a shoe that pretty much started sneaker culture. It may not be the exact shoe in terms of the Chicago.
It's a strong representation. Yeah. I completely agree. Because the thing is, are you going to be able to pull out the money to get a dead stock 85? It's not really going to happen for most people.
Now, anyway.
Yeah, for real. It's not happening for most people. So this is the closest thing that many of us are going to get. And by majority of people's accounts, it's a good shoe. I love the shoe. Quick question regarding the shoe. Grab it.
Go on.
Let's have a chat. Because there's one question I always ask when it comes to this shoe, right? And it gives me an insight into who you are as a human being. Just letting you know that beforehand.
Okay.
This podcast is part sneaker history and part psychoanalysis. I don't know if anyone told you. I don't know if I mentioned that in the brief beforehand, but this is what we do here, right? Are you black laces or are you white laces?
I knew you was going to ask that question. I knew it. Oh,
bro, come on, talk to me.
There's only one answer. Why?
This is it. I knew I liked you, but you just confirmed it right there, bro.
Do you know why?
Confirmed it right. Talk to me.
It's just clean. I mean, I get it. I get black laces, but I just think that particular shoe, whether it be Lost and Found, 2015, 1985, white pair of lace.
White pair of laces. All day, bro. When I see black laces on a Chicago,
I'm like, you're hiding something.
I don't trust you. This is it, bro. Instantly, you're outside of my circle. I can't trust you, bro. I can't trust you. I can't bring you in, bro. I can't bring you. You're definitely hiding.
Oh, mate.
This guy is on my level. I love it.
Yeah, you're hiding something, man.
There's definitely something going on in the shadows and you don't want someone to see. And I've seen it. And I don't want any part of it, bro. I respect it. Talk to me, bro. Your expensivest pair of shoes.
I'm going to sound boring. But, well, hold on. When you say expensive, are we talking coppage or value?
Either or.
The Unions. The Jordan 1 Unions.
Strong. What color?
Black toe.
Yeah, solid. Very, very good shoe. Very good shoe.
Oh, hold on. I say that though. Really, I can say my Flyknits again. I haven't checked the I don't check. I don't really check value like that. But I could say Flyknits, but I don't know how much a beat up pair of Flyknit runners go for.
Mm, mm, mm.
I know there's only 100 in the world, but
So
I
that
don't know.
instantly is going to make them quite valuable, which is understandable.
But yeah, if we're talking value, I'd say unions, only because I don't know. Well, I can't really put a price on my Flyknit, so yeah, say unions.
I appreciate that, man. Then I flip that right over and let's ask what the cheapest pair of shoes you currently own.
Cheapest. You're really asking these questions, man.
Can you imagine, bro? Just come on a podcast and asking questions like a madman.
Cheapest question. Oh, mate. They have to be Kicks.
Do you know what? I'm intrigued. Like, I know you're not gonna come out and say like some brogues or something. So talk to me.
Not even.
Talk to me.
I've the cheapest. Okay, if we're talking Kicks, it would be my Jack Purcell undefeated collab, which I picked up in a sale, 45 quid. They're pretty beat. So I'd say they're the cheapest.
Yeah, shout out to Jack Purcell and shout out to that whole vibe, man. It's a good shoe.
Are you a Crocs man?
Yes, I am. Fully.
Mate.
Bro, I'm in there.
50 points, man.
Can you imagine? I'm just losing points. Bro, I'm fully a Crocs guy. And I wasn't always a Crocs guy, bro. Like recently, like I've been let me put it like this. I've been a foam runner guy longer than I've been a Crocs guy.
Okay.
I've had foam runners way before I had Crocs, right? Because for me, I was like, what am I messing around with Crocs for, man? I've got foam runners, man. What am I doing that for? But then I don't know how it came about, but I started having, I wanted, do you know what, this is what it was? I wanted to get some Birkenstocks.
Okay.
Which have a similar, obviously, so it's an elevated look, but have a similar shape to a Croc. So I was like, let me try and get some Birkenstocks. I think I saw, who's the guy that owns, or the guy that runs, Union again? What's his name?
Chris Gibbs.
Yes. I saw an interview with him, around the time the 4 was dropping, and he had, he was just looking real cool. He had some chinos on rolled up with some Birkenstocks on. Like the vibe was just low key calm and it was very, very cool. So I was like, that's a cool looking vibe. Like I like that. And he's a bigger guy as well. So I was getting a lot of vibes that this could be a fit that I could put together. So I started looking for some Birkenstocks. Couldn't really make that work. For some reason, like maybe it's because of the size of my foot. Like it just was just a bit, it just didn't work. The Boston clog wasn't really working for me, and I can be honest about that. So I said, but I do like the shape of the shoe. So let me try, let me try a Croc instead. And I just went for the Croc. And although the Croc is way more recreational, way more sort of like, I'm saying like in terms of like Birkenstock versus Croc, like it's a different world. Similar shapes though, but comfort-wise, amazing shoe. Also, like, you got sports mode. So if you need to chase a man down, you can do that. Not like I'm doing, but like you've got that versatility of you can wear it as a slipper, wear it as a slider, wear it as a quote unquote shoe. So yeah, I'm there, bro. And I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. You get me? I've also got gibbets on mine. It's a lot. You get me? Like represent, like it's a lot, man. Like some people, like it's another shoe, bro. It just makes people feel somehow, bro. It just makes people feel somehow. The guy's like, I'm so disappointed. We're having such a good conversation.
We were past tense.
Bro. I was saying, just answer me this question.
Okay.
Like, have you ever put Crocs on though?
No.
Yeah, bro. I can't really take your point, bro. Respectfully, yeah. Cause like I'm the comfort king, black man. It comes above everything, yeah. So if it wasn't comfortable, I wouldn't rock out in it, bro. Like when you place the importance of comfort above all else, yeah, you need to like just surrender.
Okay.
Like, and it goes beyond likes and dislikes. It's comfort, bro. My feet need to feel away, bro. So, like, the day you put it on your foot, bro, holler at me, bro, and let me know your feelings and from your heart. In fact, don't even let me know your feelings from your heart, bro. Let me know your feelings from your soul, from your outsole, from the sole of your foot. Because they will tell you directly, yeah? They will just tell you, they'll whisper it to you. It won't even be loud. They whisper it. They say it to like this. They say, welcome home.
Wow.
They just say it like that. Like a warm hug, just welcome home. You get me?
Do you know what? It's funny you say that. I was speaking to someone at work, and I actually I said to her, "Your get up was perfect until I saw what I saw on your feet," and then she snaps back with the quickness. Don't talk to me until you've tried a pair on. They're
The
a life
realest.
changer.
It's
That's
the
what she said to
realest.
me, and
It's
I'm
the
like,
realest.
"Are you joking?" It's like, you can't talk to me about me wearing Crocs until you've wore Crocs, and then talk to me about the comfort of Crocs.
The truth is, yeah, and this is, I'll add to what she said, it's a mistake to wear them. For some people, it's actually a mistake to wear them because you end up wearing them inappropriately. You end up wearing them when you should not be wearing them because of how comfortable they are. That's the annoying thing about Crocs.
And I've seen it happen.
This is it. You're going to end up in like a situation where like you're in a social setting where people are dressed up nicely or people have like, I'm saying really cool kicks on
And
or
you're
whatever,
wearing
like,
Crocs.
and you're wearing Crocs. And it is what it is, bro. And the thing is, you can either wear them with chest or you can like allow it to diminish you. The truth is, yeah, if you come out your yard wearing Crocs, I'm saying you're already that guy. You're him, right? So just be that guy, bro. Just be that guy. Go all the way with it, bro. Don't allow anything to lower your light, bro. Let your light shine, bro. You're wearing Crocs and you're out. I love it. 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 We're cooking with gas, bro. We're cooking with gas, man.
We are.
Now I feel like we're in a great space for us to talk about the panel a little bit more, man. Please talk to me about the panel. How did that start? I mean, you're one of five.
One of five.
Yeah, so, man. Talk to me about the group, bro.
We, the panel, we come from a place back in 2016. Is it 2016? Yeah, it was 2016, where the scene wasn't what it was 10 years ago from that point, 2006. So 2006, sneaker culture was pretty much a subculture. It was underground. If you knew, you knew. If you didn't, then whatever. So with the explosion of Kanye West and with his Yeezy 1, Yeezy 2, and then when he moved over, so the whole movement was on the trajectory. It was on the come up. But with that, you had the rise of the proliferation of resellers and wanting to make money on flipping shoes because of the opportunity and so on and so forth. But what happened was that the story of the love and passion wasn't being told. And all of this really was picked up by Emil, who basically, I call him the founder. He hates the fact that I call him that, but it was his idea, the whole thing. And it was him that brought it to my attention. And originally to the attention of Dwayne, because they were having a conversation. How the stories weren't being told in terms of the journeys, the missions, the relationship that we have with trainers. All of that now was being eroded because you got John Doe and Jane Doe wanting to buy kicks to flip, and the question is, if I buy this, how much is this worth? So there was that battle going on. So back in July 2016, if I remember correctly, bunch of guys, we met up in Soho just to meet and hang. Nothing crazy. We just meet and hang, just drink up, talk kicks, life, whatever. And in all of that, we wanted to find a way of capturing that and amplifying that conversation to those that actually do care for kicks. So I would say at that point, that was kind of like when the panel was formed in a nutshell. And then from there, we just we just started a Facebook group, we started an Instagram post, and then we had no, Rain was already part of that. Yeah, so basically it was me, Rain, Dwayne, Emil. We were already in that. We just said, yeah, we'll run it as is, utilizing our knowledge, love, passion, and all of that. And then later on, we had Stevie that joined us, making the five that we are today. And we all bounce off it. Like we're all friends prior to the panel anyway. Like Dwayne and Mill I've known easily 10 plus years. Rain will come, yeah, even Rain now coming up to close 10 years, and Stevie, yeah, same. Yeah, pretty much. I'd say, yeah, around about 10 years plus. But obviously, I've known Emil and Dwayne longer. So we're like, we have a knowledge, we have an understanding. We liked trainers before trainers was a thing in the guys that we know it as now. So in all of that, it was more of a, how can we continue that relationship? How can we continue that story? How do we share that passion for Kicks? And let's face it, if you're really about it, and those of us that were around even before 2012, we know who they are. We know the various players back then that were into it. To them, us, me, it's a lifestyle. Not saying, not, obviously, don't get me wrong, not discounting you, but if you're really about it, it's a lifestyle. It's not just a hobby. It's not just something, I'm into trainers because Justin Bieber has got the latest pair of Yeezys or whatever. It's a thing because it's entrenched in terms of who you are as a person. Like, for example, and you would most probably do this yourself, when you put yourself together in the morning, or when you put yourself together because you're going out to an event, logically, most people will start from trousers or top, work their way down. I'm the other way around. It's what am I wearing? What kicks am I wearing? How am I building an outfit around it? It's entrenched in you.
All the way up, bro.
Every other conversation you would have will be about kicks or something that's associated with it. So if you're a Jordan man, invariably you'll talk about basketball or Michael Jordan or LeBron or whoever. It's you. It's who you are as a person. So yeah, so in all of that, it's literally continuing that conversation. So what we do, we post up stuff within our Facebook group, which is more discussionary based, whereas the Instagram, it's more in terms of understanding what people are feeling, what the community is saying, and it's an easier platform to navigate in that respect. So yeah, we'll post stuff in terms of the latest kicks coming out or stuff that's gone on within industry, and we'll put that on our platform to elicit discussion, to elicit conversation, to hear what people actually think and what they feel. And the highlight in the group, I would say, in terms of the social media element, is on the Sunday where we have what's known as the panel question time. And the whole point or the purpose is we'll pick 4 questions from something that's happened throughout the week, the previous week, and we'll post questions in around it. Again, spark that conversation, to have that dialogue, to see what people are saying. And it's just, we want to use it as a way to draw people in, so that they know that there is a space where you can have that conversation. You can talk about trainers. You could talk about how brands are butchering models that you used to love, or that you read that resonated with you when you was a child, or stuff that's going on today in industry, like say Jerry Lorenzo's latest Adidas collection that's coming out, and just vibing off that. So that's kind of what we do. And with that, we would collaborate with brands and media platforms to help amplify the story that needs to be told to the community, whether it be a period of reminiscence or reminiscing, or the fact that they want to launch a new product and use our community as a way of feedbacking our thoughts in terms of what we think of product or concepts or ideas that they want to bring to the marketplace. So that's kind of pretty much what we're about, and many more. We host events. We do. We did a summer ball last year,
Amazing.
which was really cool. And again, that was just based off the fact that in our younger days when we used to go out, we used to get told no trainers, have to wear shoes.
No trainers allowed, bro.
No trainers allowed. So we wanted to recreate an event whereby you do dress up to your nines, but you wear your Creps.
Yeah,
So,
you start from the bottom up.
Yeah.
Just like you said. This
Definitely.
is it. Amazing. Very, very cool in terms of a concept. And ultimately, you guys have been going a significant amount of time.
Yeah.
You hold a strong place in the culture in terms of, it's definitely in the UK. And as you said, you've worked with brands and sort of held events and stuff like that. Something that came up, like when I was doing my research and sort of just looking into other things, and it's come up as well with other guests on the podcast, is the term gatekeeping, something that happens. And I know you guys have probably heard it once or twice. Like for a group like yourself, which has a significant amount of influence and has worked with brands and could be perceived to be in a position of power in the culture, like, have you guys ever been accused of like gatekeeping or holding things back or being like not allowing certain people to get to where they want to get to, or not passing it or paying it forward? Has that ever been leveled at you guys?
Not to me personally, no. And it's interesting you bring up the topic of gatekeeping, because on our feed I actually wrote a piece on gatekeeping in terms of my thoughts and feelings. I say my thoughts and feelings. Okay. I just want to get something out there very quickly. So I do a lot of writing for the panel in terms of stuff that's gone on, blog posts, opinion pieces, and stuff like that. But I would say, in as much as I'm the mouthpiece in terms of what's been written, it's collective thoughts put together in a way that puts out a message in terms of what our standpoints are or what our feelings are in regards to particular narratives or issues or topics of conversation that has come up. So yeah, I basically wrote a piece on gatekeeping and in terms of how we see it. And no, I mean, to answer your question, no one has actually come to me and say, you guys are gatekeeping. In fact, far from it. I think we don't really tend to look at ourselves in that way or take ourselves seriously. But however, I would say that the panel as a platform, we're very accommodating, we're very welcoming, male, female, young, old. We don't discriminate or anything like that at all. We want people to be able to feel safe as they come to our platform, post up whatever they want to post up in terms of their comments, and know that if they are posting up whatever their thoughts and feelings are, that it won't be poo-pooed on. It will be respected for what it is. And in the early days of when we used to do the panel question time, that would be a mantra, that in the sense of, we welcome all thoughts and opinions and obviously respect other people's opinions as well as those that are in conversation. So we're not gatekeepers. Yes, we have a lot of knowledge. Yes, we've been around the scene a very long time, but gatekeeping is not our thing. Having said that, though, I'll speak personally for myself. I would take issue if brands were doing certain things which wasn't true to how it used to be back in the days. So an example, you've most probably heard this, is the shape of the Air Max 1,
Yeah.
where between, I'd say, 2012 to 2017, the shape of the Air Max 1 was horrible. Like, it was nothing true to what it was back in the days of the late 80s, early 90s, even up to the mid 2000s. The shape was, it was the thing that draws you to the shoe. But when, from 2012 to 2017, the shape was poo poo to the point that it made a lot of chatter because people knew that the shoe isn't being true to what it should be. So it's not until a campaign was, it's not until Nike held a campaign in which Dwayne was part of that campaign in terms of what had gone wrong with the Air Max 1 and him being a voice in terms of being able to tell Nike that, look, this is a shoe we all love. Currently, you're disrespecting it. Please do something about it because you're pissing off a lot of people. Excuse my French. I'm very, very sorry.
No, that's fine.
That was then when they took note to say, okay, we're going to do something about it. And hence why you have the anniversary 2017. It wasn't just him. There was a few others. You've got Soul Love, Super Lala, and there's a Afrofix. There was a good bunch of guys that were part of that voice to say that, look, this is our shoe, but you're disrespecting it. Let's work together to fix it. So, which is why we now have the improved shape of the Air Max 1 today. So that, I would say, is gatekeeping, but in a positive sense, because you're bringing about change, because you're telling the brands that, look, this is a product that we love, but it needs a little bit of respect.
And you're holding them accountable.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is definitely important.
And I would say gatekeeping in that respect, in terms of maintaining that story and ensuring that that story is kept authentic and there's a certain authenticness about it. I think that, for me, is the positive aspect of gatekeeping that arguably needs to continue, needs to remain.
I hear you. And I think obviously, I thank you very much for how you answered that question. I think the term gatekeeping is a very on brand term at the moment, man. It's just a term that a lot of people throw out there. And I think there's nuances to most things in life. You know, there's spectrums and there's things and ways in which things can be used positively, even though they're perceived to be negative. And I suppose from one perspective, somebody may be from the outside looking in and think it's negative, but from the inside looking out, especially looking out towards these brands and how we interact with the brands and ultimately taking the mindset that we're custodians and responsible for the narrative of our shoes. We're not just consumers. We are actually part of the story.
Yes. 100%.
You know, it's important to have, that mindset and hold brands accountable in that fashion. So I do agree with that. I definitely agree with that, man. It's a really, really cool thing to hear as well, man, because what you want to hear is people using their platform for good. You know, that's what you want to see. It's what you want to hear. You get me? And ultimately, yeah, the examples that you showed are real good ways of using a platform, man. So I applaud that, man. In terms of the panel, is that group, is it in its final form in terms of who you are, what you do? Are there plans for you to do different things or enter into different fields in the future?
That's a great question. I think, that's a great question. I think we're true to ourselves in terms of who we are, what we're about, and everything we say or do is authentic to us because we have a natural interest or a natural passion. Yes, Kicks is our number one thing, but what you'll see, again, if I can refer you to our Sunday post, there's random questions that are put in there, like stuff relating to football, Marvel movies,
Mm-hmm.
food, music, and they're all extension of who we are as people. I mean, we all don't like the same thing. Sometimes you should hear some of the conversations we have on particular topic. It can get a little hairy, but again, that's us being passionate about what we like, what we think, how we see things. We're all not the same people. We all have different tastes, different things. So we don't. Whilst I would say, I mean, we're always cooking. I would say that, but
Love that.
in the same token, you will always naturally see extensions of who we are. Like for an example, so a few years back, pre-COVID, we did an event with Nike and Offspring to launch the Nike Air Max 2 at an arcade place in Croydon. Up until this day, I didn't know my man Rain was a god on Street Fighter 2. This guy, when he said, "Oh, I will beat anyone at Street Fighter," I was like, "Yeah, this guy's chatting breeze, whatever. Yeah, you're just talking." Until I actually I actually took a video. I took a video of him playing Street Fighter 2 against the owner of the establishment.
The arcade.
Yeah,
Jeez.
beat him. Absolutely beat him.
Clapped him.
Like, and I'm just like, okay, this guy weren't just chatting; he's actually for real. And on the day of the event, he pretty much, and people will. I'm going to say this, but I know people will contest it. But he pretty much everyone that tried to step to him dealt with, just brushed them off like they were nothing.
Love that.
So, but this is an example of that. That's him. That is Rain. Like, talk to him about Street Fighter 2. He's God. Like, as far as I'm concerned, he's God at Street Fighter 2. And that's just a natural extension of him. So when we talk about Street Fighter 2 on our platform, this hasn't come from because we're jumping on a trend or we're trying to be cool or we're trying to stay relevant. It's because that is who we are as a person. That's what we love. When we talk about Marvel, or when I post a question about a Marvel film that's come out or a series on Netflix, that's because that's who we are. So there will be elements of evolution within the group in terms of, not just sneakers, pop culture, if we can call it that. But that's not because we're trying to stay relevant. It's because that's who we are. And there's more to life than trainers as well. That's the other thing.
True.
But,
and I think there's certain times where things cross over. Like you were referring to Marvel movies, obviously the Spider-Verse Jordan ones just came out. I know you guys did a video on that. The primary reason for you guys coming together may have been Kicks, but you guys are actually real human beings which have interests outside of Kicks, and them things can cross over, and even if they don't cross over, you have a platform and you're allowed to use it the way that you want to use it. So I applaud that, man. Staying true to yourself is always the best way to do it, man. That's what I try to do, and I try and stay genuine, and I respect it when I see it as well, man. So yeah, thank you very much for sharing about the guys, man. We're gonna switch it up, man. I'm gonna ask you a weird question now. It's an oldie and a goodie. One of my favorites is called Desert Island Kicks.
Desert Island Kicks.
Desert Island Kicks, man. Let your mind wander, bro. I'm gonna get into it right now.
Okay.
You're on a desert island. You don't know how you got there.
Yep.
But you've got 2 pairs of shoes with you.
Yep.
What 2 pairs of shoes do you have with you, and why?
Okay. The first one is a pair called the Nike Zendorkas.
Come on. Oh, wow. Are these like scuba kicks or something?
Well, they're modular shoes. You can take them apart. You can wear each element of the shoe.
Oh, Black, this is interesting. This is very, very interesting. So it's like IKEA for kicks.
Excuse me.
You said it's modular. You can put them together and take them apart. That makes sense, right?
I would call it IKEA for kicks. That's mate. This disrespectful thing.
Do you know what, man? I like to burn things down. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sometimes we can be. I'm saying I could be a little bit too straight to the point. These are very cool though. It's very
Yeah.
cool. It's
So
very interesting
the
shoes.
modular kit, you can wear them. You can like each element of the shoe. You can wear separately, or you can wear the whole thing together.
That's very cool. That's very, very cool.
So that'd be the first pair. The second, I'm on a desert island.
Mm-hmm.
Riffs, Nike Air
Oh,
Riffs.
oh yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Whenever someone mentions the word riffs to me, man, my heart fills with joy. Because that shoe gave me a lot of it got me a lot of love. I can't lie.
Yeah,
Like it was controversial. Like again, like what we were saying earlier, man, it made people feel somehow at a
yeah.
time. It takes me back to college because I got that shoe in my second year in college. I remember it vividly. When I sort of started switching up my style and tried to be a bit more grown and sexy with it, you know, like just try to be a bit more like a big grown man. You get me?
Okay.
Instead of looking like a broke rapper. I put their riffs on because they were a discussion piece, a little bit different. You get me, man, and it got a lot of attention. Very, very cool shoe. Some people refer to that shoe annoyingly as the pig trotter shoe.
Nah, drop me out. They don't know.
I hated
Haters.
when I heard that. I said, you don't understand. You don't understand what you're talking about. Like the shoe was fantastic. It was a great, great shoe, man. So yeah, why the Zendorka and why
The Riffs.
the Air Riffs?
Air Riffs. So the Zendorkas, really, I can wear pretty much if I'm going to sea, wear that in the water.
It's almost like you've got like 2 or 3 pairs of shoes like in one, right?
Yeah, basically.
It's very, very interesting.
Yeah, basically. And then the Riffs, because you're on a desert island, it's hot, innit? You can't be wearing no Jordans or Air Maxes. You need something comfortable for the feet.
You'd be surprised, bro. I've asked this question a lot.
What answers did you get? Just out of interest.
Bro, I've had everything. I've had absolutely everything. And the thing is, yeah, this question is more a window into the mindset of the person answering it than anything else. Because some people will have the mindset that, oh, I'm on this island, I'm here to stay. I need something that's going to be hard wearing. I need something that's going to be tough, but I also need something that's good for land and sea. I need something that that's going to protect me. I need something that also gives me hope. You get me? Right? Some people are like, I've got special powers on this island though, right? So people, that's what one person said. Another person was like, well, look, I'm going to be rescued. And when I get rescued, I want to look like fire. Like I want my drip to be on point. You get me? Another person said, shout out to Alex Mullins from Sneak Supply. He was like, I'm taking the Paris Dunks with me so that I'm not going to wear them. I'm just going to keep them on deck, right? So that when I do get rescued, I can sell them for 100 G's and start a new life. You get me? Like, so some people think differently when it comes to this question, but it's all, as I said, it's all a reflection, or an illustration of the mindset of the person answering it, which is interesting. And obviously yours, super practical, makes a lot of sense. Very, very, very practical, makes a huge amount of sense. And the Zendorka's actually never been uttered on this platform before. So first and foremost, thank you for that. You get me? Like, thank you for bringing into my mind and my eyes a shoe that I've never seen. Like, it's literally like, I'm seeing, the picture that I've got in front of me right now is literally broken down into its elements, right? And it's a very, very interesting shoe. Very, very interesting shoe. And like this, like one of them, it almost looks like those jelly sandals. Like it looks
in a
like
way,
weird.
Yeah.
But that second iteration kind of looks like a scuba sock.
Yeah.
Like, so it makes a lot of sense. Like it makes a lot of sense when you are going with it. Like, so yeah, very, very cool shoe. Very interesting. Gives me sort of those sort of vibrant 5-finger vibes.
Yeah.
That sort of low profile, low to the ground, feet on the ground sort of flex. Like, it's interesting. Interesting. Very, very cool. Okay, bro. What we're going to do now is we're going to do some quick fire questions.
Okay.
You get me? All I ask, like, is I'm just asking for your answers to come from your heart and come from your chest, bro. I don't want no dilly dally. I don't want no like you get me
Meandering.
like and ahhing and just thinking too much about it. Like, cause you seem like a very thoughtful guy. You seem like a guy that sort of thinks before he speaks. Bro, I need this to come directly from your heart. Like, bypass the mind and give me straight chest, bro.
Okay.
You get me?
Cool.
I respect it. I don't read very fast, so you're gonna have time to think if you need it.
Fair enough.
All right, so we're gonna go. All right, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Yes, I'm ready. Let's do
In
this.
3, 2, 1, and we're starting with the biggest one: Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
New Balance or Adidas?
Adidas.
Can you wear Nike and Adidas together? Yes or no?
No.
What is your favorite non-Nike or Adidas brand?
New Balance.
Respect. What is your Jordan number?
4.
YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok?
Insta.
Sneakers, Kicks, or Creps?
I interchange between all 3 of them. Sneakers.
You could even throw trainers in there as well, but yeah,
Yeah,
I get you. I'm the same. I'm exactly the same. What is your favorite collaboration?
Ooh, that's a good question. Nike pattern.
Heart. Come on, right?
First one.
Absolute monster. Yes, I know. Absolute monster. Vans or Converse?
Converse.
Laces or slip-ons?
Laces.
Are you default laces or do you pattern your laces?
Pattern the laces.
I love it. Do you customize your shoes or you straight factory settings?
Define customizing.
So would you go out and get a customized pair of shoes, or are you straight just like whatever the retailer's making, you're rolling with
Off
that?
Off the shop floor.
Yeah. I respect it. Retro or innovation?
You can't ask me that question.
Of course I can. I
No,
just
you
did.
can't. So rude. So rude. So rude. I'm going to lodge a formal complaint. Who do I need to speak to?
I have no idea. I want to learn this complete as well. I got some things I want to talk about.
Innovation.
I respect it. Flip-flops or sliders?
Who wrote your questions, man? Flip-flops or
This
sliders?
guy.
Sliders.
Comfort or style?
Comfort.
Socks or barefoot?
Socks.
Fresh and clean or beaten and battered?
Fresh and clean.
Washing machine or hand washing your shoes?
Hand wash.
Lows, mids or highs?
Lows.
And lastly, but certainly not least, triple blacks or white and whites?
White and whites.
Congratulations. You got to the end.
Yeah.
You got to the end of the quick fires, bro. You got to the end of the quick fires. Fairly unscathed. I know you had a couple of protesting moments. It's fine. It happens. We can talk about football complaints after.
Not happy.
What was it about the flip-flops and sliders question that irked you so much?
I'm just like, I wear both, don't I?
It's being forced to make a decision. I get it,
Yeah.
bro. I get it, man. But this is quick fire times, man. There's no rules. You just gotta just go with the heart, bro. You get me? But yeah, before I let you go, I wanted to ask you about the term sneakerhead, because some people view it as a term that's like collective, meaning I feel part of a group, I feel part of a community. And some people look at it almost like it excludes some people from being part of that community. So from your perspective, what does the term actually mean?
If you're a sneakerhead, you're just someone that's passionate about sneakers. The end.
Bro, I love it. That simple.
Yeah.
And with that being said, blacklisted of the panel,
Zip, zip.
Are you a sneakerhead?
Am I a sneakerhead? Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I wouldn't use the term on myself, but if someone said, "Oh, you're a sneakerhead," then yeah, I am.
Yeah, you're not going out of your way to reject it,
No, hell
but
no, hell
it
no.
is. But I mean, I'm saying you're not going around saying, "Hey, me, I'm a sneakerhead." Boom, boom, boom.
No,
You
no,
get me? Like,
nah, man.
I get you. I get you. I get you. I'll have to concur, obviously, considering what you've done in the culture, plus having an hour plus conversation with me about Kicks, it kind of confirms it. Kicks Chronicles certified, blacklisted of the panel is 100% sneakerhead. We
Come on.
love that. We love that, man. So, bro, we come to the end of the interview. There's nothing else for us to do apart from thank you, first and foremost, for your time and answering the questions. I really, really do appreciate it. And shout out to all the man them from the panel. People, guys, make sure to go and check them out. In fact, Blacklisted, can you do me the honor of like letting the people know how they can support the panel, how they can get involved with the panel, what the panel's getting up to, like all of that good stuff, man. Millions of people are going to listen and watch this, by the way.
Come on.
So it's a
So,
great opportunity for you.
yay. So you can find us on Instagram, thepanel.online. That's where we're at. If you want to follow me, it's Blacklisted. That's BLKLISTD. Blacklisted. And then for the rest of the guys in the group, you've got Emil, which is at Mills GP. Dwayne is Van Will. Is it Van? Yeah, it's Van Will Jams. And Rain is Rain _ Nelson _ 445. And Stephen is Stevie _ G _ Insta. So yeah, that's where
Fantastic.
I got everyone.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
That's the reason why you're doing this, because
basically.
everyone's Instagram. It's very, very cool, bro. Very, very cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, very, very cool. Guys, make sure go light them up, go support them, go get involved with what they're doing. Yeah, really, really cool. And thank you so much once again, bro. I can't thank you guys enough, man. As an outside observer, sort of just seeing what you guys have been doing and sort of hearing from other people, like, because ultimately that's kind of how I sort of identify people I want to speak to in the culture. Like I'll talk to people that I've spoken to and see what they're saying, or I'll see who they're following and sort of just build a picture that way, sort of thing. And yeah, you guys' names came up because you guys have been apart for a minute. Like, so when I saw what was going on and started doing my research, I was like, yeah, I'd love to be able to chat to you guys. And thank you so much for honoring the invite, my G.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
No worries at all. No worries at all. So guys, it's happened again.
Woo!
Another illustrious guest.
Come on.
And another amazing interview. It's like we can't miss. What's going on? Big Blacklisted came through, man, from the panel, and he did his thing. Guys, once again, like, comment, subscribe, do all of that great stuff. We really do appreciate it. We can keep on producing good content, but you need to keep on interacting and getting involved with us. You keep the lights on, you keep the motor running. We all appreciate it. You get me? And with all of that being said, I'm your boy PROZECH. This has been Kicks Chronicles. This has been Blacklisted from the panel. And until I see you, man, down the roads, people, stay blessed. Thank you for listening to this episode of Kicks Chronicles. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, rate, review, and all that good stuff. And remember, full video version is available on YouTube, audio versions available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.